Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. Today is the anniversary of the death in 1937 of Marconi, credited with the invention of the radio. He was an Italian but did the vast majority of his work in England, having shown an interest in radio waves right from his teenage years, eventually won the Nobel Prize for his invention and contribution towards the production of radios. One interesting moment when he was 20, when he began really to believe that there was such a thing as a radio wave, was when he rigged up a system with an alarm bell and a battery and a thing called a coherer, which when a lightning storm developed a few miles away from his home, produced radio waves which set the alarm bell ringing, and then he knew he was onto something. But eventually, of course, he developed it in considerably more detailed ways. And one of the interesting anecdotes about Marconi tells of the occasion when he worked all night in the laboratory with a friend of his, trying to develop the systems that he was working on. And when they left in the morning, he, in a rather meditative mood, said to his friend, "You know, I've worked all my life with radio, but there's still one thing I don't understand." And his friend, slightly astonished at this confession, said, "Well, what is that?" And Marconi said, "Well, I don't understand why it works." I think with modern scientific discoveries and explorations of the world of nature, there is a huge amount in the world that we know how it works. We know what the mechanisms are that make something happen, both in human invention and in the world of nature. But I think the question of why is on a very different level and has a very different kind of answer. And actually, probably, there isn't really an answer. For some of us, of course, it leads in the direction of a belief in God, who is the source of the wonder and the answer to the why. But whether we believe in God or not, asking the question is a very valuable thing to do, because it opens us up to the wonder of the world, to the mystery of it, to the sense that we're part of something much bigger and completely beyond our understanding. And that's a very valuable insight into our situation, and opens us up to that sense of how extraordinary is the world around us. And so when even great inventors like Marconi are asking the question why, it doesn't do any harm for us more ordinary people occasionally to ask it and to be left wondering and not knowing the answer.